Welcome to the Advanced Custom Training Series on SQL Server 2008 Reporting Services. My name is Chester Flake. In this two-part video series, we'll explore some of the new features in SQL Server 2008 Reporting Services, including Smart Tags and the new Tablix control. I'll develop a new report that displays product sales information. It's going to show aggregated sales data by using two levels of dynamic groupings on both the column and axis levels. In SQL Reporting Services 2000 and 2005, we had a table data region and we had a matrix data region. In 2008, we have a brand new tablix data region that combines the functionality of both the table and the matrix. We'll see things like multiple parallel row and column members at each level and a mix of dynamic or static members on both the rows and the columns. Let's get started. I will go to Start, All Programs, inside of SQL Server 2005, and I'll go up to Reporting Services and the Report Design Viewer. So now I want to set up my environment a little bit. I'm going to zoom out. This is a new feature that gives me a little bit more room to work for the resolution that we're in for the creation of this video. I'm going to adjust the property sheet just a little, and things have changed just a little in how we create the data source and the data set for our report. Not new concepts. We've always set up a data source, which is the connection back to the database, and then we create a data set. So I'll click on the link right here in the middle to create the data source and then the data set. The data source, I can keep the same name here, data source 1 if I'd like. An SQL Server is what I'm connecting to, and I need to build a connection string. I'll click the edit button, simply type in localhost, and we'll hit the drop-down list, and down at the bottom is the AdventureWorks database introduced in SQL 2005. I'll test my connection, and everything works. I click OK, I hit Next, and now I'm ready to build a query for the data set inside of the reporting services. Of course, for the sake of time, we've already built the query. It's obviously not the focus of this lab. So I'll click on the Open button, and here is my AdventureWorks sales data.sql. I'll double click on it, and my query is now loaded. I'll click Finish, and now I'm ready to begin laying out the design of the report. Okay, so here's where things really get cool. The first thing I want to do is drop the matrix data region control into the report. I'll drop it here. A couple of really neat things right out of the box. Right here is the handle control, and if I move my mouse over it, I can position the matrix in the upper left hand corner to give me a little bit more area to work with. Next thing I want to show you is if I move over to the data column, I get Smart Tag technology. We saw this in the Visual Studio 2005 for developers area, but this is new to reporting services in 2008. So what you're seeing is the same list of columns that are available down in the lower left-hand corner for the data source 1 that I indicated here. I'll grab the sales amount column. Notice the sales amount, and it's a little bit hard to see, but the sales amount column is now built. We'll see if we can't resize this matrix control just a little to give us some more room to work. Next, I want to take the product category field from the data source data set here and drop this into the rows group field. Let's take a look at this. I drop this into row group, and in this case, it automatically placed a row inside of the matrix control, right there, product category. Here's where things get really cool. Next, I want to drag the subcategory. I'll come over here to subcategory and also drop that into the rows group. Notice what it did. It created a subcategory element right there as well. The subcategory field was placed into the row on the matrix control, and here's what's even cooler. Because we did it as the row groups, it was also added to the same group as the product category field. That's going to ensure that the product category is displayed first, and a new row is created for every sub-product category within the product category value. Okay, so I've worked with my rows. Now I want to add additional functionality to my columns. I'll come over here and grab my region field and drop it into the column groups. This is again automatically placed into the column of the matrix control. I want to do one more. I'll take the order year field and also drop it into the column groups. Now again, it's automatically placed in the same group as the region field, and it makes sure that the region is displayed first, and then a new column is created for the order year within the region value. This gives you the capability to build the report where each column groups sales by region and by order year. The column values for each grouping are displayed dynamically whenever the report is rendered. So if you're not already impressed, check this out. I'm going to come over here to my sales amount column. You notice the sum function already in place here. I'm going to right click on this, and I'm going to choose the add subtotal, and here I'll choose, let's start off with the row. It's really cool. What this does, of course, is adds a new row to the matrix control that will automatically calculate subtotals for each product category. I'll do another one. I'll come in here and I'll right click on the same field, and I'll go to add subtotal again, and this time do the same thing for the column. That adds a new column to the matrix control that will automatically calculate subtotals for each of the regions. I want to do the same thing for the product category. I'm going to right click on the product category field. I'll go to add total, and I'll choose after. I'll come up here and do the same thing on the region field. I'll right click on region and choose add total and after. In both of these cases, it's automatically going to calculate a total, of course, for the product category and for the region values. There's some other stuff I could do here to really try to enhance what we're taking a look at, just some formatting. I want to go ahead and do that, and we'll rejoin the video in just a second. Okay, to save time, I simply highlighted several of the fields here, and I chose to make them a little light blue, and then I highlighted the subcategory and its totals summed up here and made them light gray. Did this with the format color controls here that we see in the upper right hand corner for the background and foreground colors. I wanted to join you with one more formatting thing because I think this is important. If you're new to the reporting services, this will be new to you. If you're familiar with it, we're just simply setting the format property to reflect a currency with no decimal points after it. So I'm going to format with a C0 in my format property. So let's go and click on all of the sum fields here in this report. We'll take just a second. With my field selected, I'll come over here into format and simply type C0. Now we're ready to preview the report. I'll click on Preview Report. If it's the first time that you're previewing a report, you'll be prompted to select the deployment settings. The default settings will work in this case of localhost /report server. The report title can be anything. We'll leave it untitled for this. I'll click OK, and in just a few moments the report will be rendered. And there's the report. Notice, of course, we see North America, Europe. We also see our years, 2003, 2004. We see totals. We see the components product category. And then we see the subcategories of headsets, bottom brackets, and other different subcategory items. Thank you so much for joining us for this first part in a series of 2 on the SQL Server 2008 reporting services. You can always visit us on the web at www.advancedcustomtraining.com.